Hey guys, welcome to Lucky Dice Live. It's Friday night. I'm Howard, and I'm sorry I'm late. I blame Scott Porter tonight. He called before I got here. He had some questions about, we had things that we need to discuss. I had some questions for him too, so I needed to talk to him. However, I told him I only had so much time, and that got blown away. We ended up talking for 45 minutes. I wanted to only talk 15 minutes, and it set me off. So anyway, that's what's going on. And the good thing is I can possibly share some things that we discussed. I think, maybe not. So what the big thing going on with right now on the Rock Cup is pricing. And of course pricing. Hold on a second, let me get all situated here. There we go. Get this off the screen. Nicole's with me. How anybody else with me yet tonight? Looks like everything's set up just fine. So what do we want to talk about and what kind of order? What time is it? We got 7:19. We got 40 minutes. We got plenty of time to talk. So this is the planned last broadcast of, I guess this is kind of big. This is the planned last broadcast from Auxxit. This is the last time we'll be doing, okay, hey Chad. This is the last one that we plan on doing using Auxxit. I've been saying that the last couple of weeks. And the plan has been to go to Whatnot, which we still may do, but I don't think we are now because something else happened between now and then. That's, I think, better for us. Now, I like Whatnot, don't get me wrong. I think they have a very good system. I think that it would be very good for us. But I have an alternative that I think fits our business a little bit better. About when it first came out, I applied to be in beta for eBay Live. So eBay is doing the same thing that Whatnot is doing, only it's eBay. So we're already a big seller, a top seller on eBay. Of course, we were a pretty good seller on Whatnot also. We had a 100% rating on Whatnot, and I think a 99.999999% rating on eBay. And we've been doing it for a long time. But eBay makes more sense to me. I've been doing eBay in some shape, form, or fashion for over 20 years. I was back on eBay when we used to have to. I was on eBay buying at first and then selling, but to give you an idea, I started off with eBay when there was no PayPal, and we had to get on the internet. I was getting on the internet with AOL, using a modem, and would buy stuff there. And back then, you'd have to send a cashier's check, and you're supposed to get tracking with it. Send a cashier's check, so you have proof of everything. You send that to them. Once they got the check, then they would mail things off to you. It was a much slower process, and also not quite as nobody really felt quite as protected, but it worked, and it happened. It worked for a while, and then things got better. PayPal came into it. The internet got better. Everything got faster. eBay blew up into the $1 trillion business that it is now, and then one day I started selling on eBay, and I was selling back then. I would run auctions. I would only run auctions, and I would list everything at a certain price, I don't think I had any buy it nows back then, but anyway, this is back in the day of revs, and so I would usually sell. I usually didn't sell a single HeroClix. Usually I would sell a rev. I would sell a rookie, experienced, and veteran of that version. And so we're going all the way back to Infinity Challenge, all the way back. I didn't start on eBay with Infinity Challenge. It was probably, but there was still, it was non-carded when I was selling. And I don't remember the exact set that I started selling, but I do remember selling Ultimates. I remember selling Mutant Mayhem. And the way I got all these figures back then is my boys played. So there was 3 of us. And so we would play every weekend, and when we had opportunities, we would play at more than one place. And we played a lot of sealed. And then we went to the conventions. The 2 conventions we went to was Origins and Dragon Con. We didn't really go to anything else. We just went to those. And when we went to the conventions, man, we just played and played and played and played as much as they would let us. And so we kept everything. And so we ended up with all kinds of inventory because there was 3 of us playing, and then we won prizing, and we had triple prizing for everything that we didn't need. And we won a lot. We were playing battle royals back in the day when you could play as a team and you played turtle. So we go way back. And anyways, I'd have all this excess HeroClix, so I just started selling it, and then I started actually buying some things to sell because of things being different. So I go back on eBay a long time, and have developed. I was a HeroClix seller a long time ago, and I've developed my own system on how I do things. It's a little bit different than everybody. I honestly think that there's a lot of sellers on eBay that don't know what they're doing. They think that they're making money when they're not. For example, you can't sell a HeroClix figure for $1 now and make money on it unless you charge $6 in postage. You just can't, because postages went up, and that postages went up, and you got eBay fees, you got packing fees, you got the actual cost of good. Generally, we don't get. I even take it a step further. You cannot sell a HeroClix for $1 that you have $0 in. In other words, somebody gives you a HeroClix for $1, for nothing, and you sell it for $1. If you do not charge $6 in shipping, you cannot make any money. You actually lose money. So I see a lot of people selling stuff for 99 cents and for $1, and they're charging like $4 in shipping or $5. They're losing money. I get the best shipping rates there is through eBay and through stamps, and you are losing money, and people don't even realize it. I actually called up one of my friends who sells on eBay, and I said, "What are you doing, man? You know postage just went up. You're losing money." And he didn't even realize it. And so I don't really think people track it as much. I also think that they count that they're selling the bigger items on eBay, and it doesn't matter about the others at all. It doesn't all balance out. If you're losing money, you're losing money. And so, I have a very good system, and I watch it very closely on Chad. That's all right, Chad. It was always fun. It's always been fun. So anyway, I watch eBay very closely. So anyways, we got an invite early last week from eBay saying, "We think that you'll be a perfect fit on eBay. Would you be interested?" Yeah, we're interested because we were about to go to Whatnot, and we had applied a long time ago, and they finally accepted us. The advantages of going to eBay. We're doing I may change my mind, so this isn't official yet, but right now what we've heard is accurate. If it's accurate, and unless we see something that we don't, but we're doing what do you call it? We're doing a thing this weekend where we get to try it out and do a video and everything, and we're set up to do it already, but we've got to go and we got to look at their demo. So we're going to the demo, this weekend, and then I think after that it will be official. We'll be going to eBay. Now, why do I want to go to eBay? One, I've had a long time with them, but eBay has a bigger and broader audience than Whatnot does. It's international. Whatnot is domestic, although I think you can buy international on there, but you don't have Whatnot anywhere but in the United States. The other thing is we have $300,000 worth of inventory on eBay as it is. So if you're bidding on something that we're doing and you see something in our store, you can combine it at the same time and get more stuff. So it's very advantageous for us to be able to go on eBay. We set our shipping policies. Everything is just the same that we do. I've watched a little bit of eBay and it looks just like Whatnot. But again, I've got to go through the thing to make sure that I'm happy with everything. But the plan right now is to go to eBay. We'll be starting that in 1 week. I've got a lot to do to get that set up. I've got to move the studio. I've got a lot of things that I'm doing. And we are got a week to do so. So next week, what I don't know, the question that I don't know the answer to this yet. I don't know if I can stream to YouTube and therefore to Facebook Live using eBay. So you may, to watch this show, you may actually have to log into eBay. Most everybody's got an eBay account, so that's the good news. But you would you would log into eBay and go into our eBay Live, Lucky Dice Games Live stream, and from there, you can, the same thing that we're doing now. They have a chat screen. They have everything that you're looking at right now. I can do an up close camera. I can do 2 cameras. But the HeroClix would be the same format that we're doing right now. They do something a little bit different. I think that, again, I've got to go through it. Whatnot, you sell one at a time, and on HeroClix, on eBay, you sell one at a time too, but I think you can list like 20 items, and it would just go boom, 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 all the way through them when they sell. They also do take your payment immediately on eBay. So that's something else I like. I don't have to worry about payments and stuff like that. It's all going to be good. I'm very excited about going to eBay, and hopefully next Friday, that's what you'll be seeing me at, and you'll just be tuning in there. I will put out information previous to Friday telling you where to go and what to do and how it's going to work. Can't do that yet because I'm not 100% sure. Again, I don't know. I'm hoping that we go over there and I can live stream it straight the way that we're doing right now. I just don't know that we can. I think I can go to YouTube. I don't know that YouTube will work with Restream. And I know YouTube goes into Facebook, I believe. Anyway, long story short is there's some ifs, ands, or buts, and we'll have all those answers in a few days. And we're going forth with that. And if I don't like eBay, if I'm not happy with it, then we'll go to Whatnot. But I am coming off of Auxxit, so be prepared. Hey, Jeremy. Jeremy's one of those reasons that we're making some changes. Jeremy's coming back over to the store sometime in the next 10 years. I don't know when. He won't ever give me an answer. But he's coming over here, and we're going with or without him. Next week, we are going to eBay Live. And if not to eBay Live, to Whatnot, and we are going to be starting to sell our items on those platforms. And the idea, Jeremy coming over here was to free up my daughter's time to where we're actually going to be doing live streams every day during the week, maybe some on the weekend. But I'll be doing the one on Friday night, still HeroClix, but we're planning on selling other product too, not just HeroClix. We want to sell Pokemon if we got it. We'll definitely be selling One Piece. We'll definitely be selling Riftbound, probably Gundam TCG, and then there's Pokemon's always a wild card because Pokemon product is hard to get, and we sell out of it. We sell out a lot of those products immediately. Yeah, excuses. Um, you got painting over here to do too, so you need to hurry up. Um, Anyways, I've got a mile long of projects for you that you don't even know about yet. Anyway, we got a lot to do. I don't have that much for Jeremy, but I do have some ideas. But my projects usually involve both of us and not just him. I think the projects that he has right now involves just him. Yeah, we're gonna have other nights. We're gonna add in Star Wars Unlimited, and we might even do some of that on auction. And we're going to be adding in, we're going to be adding that night also. So we're expanding. I think that we're still a little bit more spread out than I want, but we have a pretty good bit of space, more space than people realize that we do. But we're not totally adjacent. Where I'm at is not adjacent to the store. We have 2 suites. And we call this the loft, and the main store is across the parking lot. One day I'd like to join everything back together for logistics, but right now it works for us, and people like it, and we have no problems. But again, one day when I can put it all back together, I can. I don't want to move from where I'm at because I have such a great deal. So I'm hoping that I can put something together where I'm at. The CUR set, we did auction the CUR set of Venom. It was on, we did that on Wednesday night. Pretty sure it was on the 5th auction, but we did do that. Specifically said the CUR set, no primes and no objects. So we did do that. I don't know what it brought, but we did sell it. So anyway, that's what's going on. And like I said, the thing I'm working on, and I've still got stuff to do. I had to actually ask Scott a few questions. He did call me at the right time. I'm having to create this huge spreadsheet with each event having a tab, with each event adding everything up and then pricing everything out. And it's a pain in the butt. And because WizKids, the way they do it, everything that is for the charity is free. Everything else is not free. I have to pay for it. So I have to take all the pricing and spread it out, distribute it on all the events, make sure we have the right number of pricing, go back to WizKids if we need a little bit more here, a little bit more there, a little bit less, make some adjustments. Then I have to add up everything for a number. Then I have to put in the prices of the tournament. And for the most part, I know that it's going to work, but I have that work. That's going to take me all to finish. It will take me all day tomorrow. But for the most part, I've got everything laid out. In other words, I've got a list of everything now. I've got all my tabs, got everything clear. Now I've got to go back and I've got 40 of these, and I've got to decide where I'm going to put them across 10 tournaments and stuff like that. So that's where I'm at. It takes a minute, and I'll have it done tomorrow. I can tell you, I can't spoil very much some of the really cool things because Scott likes to spoil them, so I'm not gonna. I can tell you that there's stuff that we've never had before. It's about a month from now, Jeremy. What is today's date? Today is the 10th, so I think it's either 5 weeks or 4 weeks. Well, it would be, it's going to be 5 weeks, but it starts on a Wednesday. I guess it's 4 weeks. 4 weeks from this Wednesday. I think that's correct. So anyway, we'll have the pricing and the prices for everything, which people have been asking me this week, and it's all going to come together really fast. I've also got to order some things. Jeremy, while you're on the phone, I need to print some Tracy trophies again. Um, and an eagle like we did last. Anyway, we need to do stuff. We need to get together, and I need stuff printed, and it's just a month away, so we need to get that done because we got to print it and paint it. You know, I need to buy the material or whatever you need. Yep, yep. See, I knew psychic. I knew Nicole is wearing off of me. I'm using her psychic abilities. She's passed them on to me through the internet, and I knew you were going to ask that question, and I answered the question before you asked it. So how about that? So anyway, although there's a delay, the delay may look just like the delay. I don't know if the delay may have answered it as you immediately as you typed it. I don't know because there's a little bit of a delay. So anyway, we got that going on. Some of the cool things that I'm going, which Jeremy, are you doing games at Huntsville Pop and Culture next weekend, or are you attending? Are you doing anything there at all? The reason I'm asking is I'm going Saturday. Houston and I are going Saturday, and I'm going specifically. I'm going for fun. I would go anyway, but I've got some HeroClix on my dining room table that I've pulled. That I'm going there. Oh, you're not? Okay. Well, if you want to go, I think you can go Saturday if you want. I think that I have to ask Houston. I can't speak for her, but I think she's got an extra ticket. That if you want to go, let me know. We're just going Saturday. Brandy and the girls said, you're working, I guess. Anyway, we're going there. There's some people there that are very cool that I'm planning on getting some HeroClix cards signed by. One of them is Tom Welling, Superman. He's from Smallville, so he's going to be there, and I'm getting one signed for myself, and one will be going onto the auction platform that we're using for, and it's not Auxxit, that we're using for Huntington's. Okay. Anyways, so we got one of the things that will be going up for auction will be a HeroClix, a Superman HeroClix signed by Tom Welling. The one that I chose is out of Superman Wonder Woman, and it's Clark Kent, where he's ripping his chest, and he's got a Superman emblem. That's the one that I chose. We also got a Lois Lane's there, and God, I'm bad with names, so I don't remember her name, but the Lois Lane from Smallville is also there. I've got a HeroClix for her to sign. It's Lois Lane. She's in a brown suit, and I think it's also out of Superman Wonder Woman. I'm going to get him to sign that. Then Lex Luthor was supposed to be there, which my wife got Lex Luthor signed something a long time ago. But I would have got Lex to sign something also, but he backed out this past week, and he's not going to be there now. The other person that's going to be there is Agent May, and so who is also Milan. She will be there. I'm taking Agent May for her to sign out of Nick Fury. Erica Durance, that's correct. That is Lois Lane. And she was a very good Lois Lane, by the way, in my opinion. And I think Tom Welling may have been the best ever Superman. And I would have loved that he would have carried that mantle over into the movies, because he damn sure could do it. He damn sure could do it right now. He can still be a Superman, and he would be a super great Kingdom Come Superman. Great Kingdom Come Superman. Hey Mark, how you doing? So we will have that will occur with, yes, Ron Perlman is also going to be there. So I've also got a Hellboy HeroClix that I'm getting signed by Ron Perlman while I'm there. Lastly, a big one for me is, and again, I don't remember his name, but the guy that played Shazam is also there. Well, what did I design when I won Worlds? I designed a Billy Batson and a Shazam. So what I'm going to get him to do, I'm getting him for myself. I'm getting him to sign those cards. And then in the auction for at Auxxit, there will be cards that are signed by him and also by me, because those cards were designed, those HeroClix were designed by me. They have my name on there, and I will sign those cards along with him, and they will, Billy Batson and a Shazam will be going up. Yeah, Zachary Levi, he will be there, and I will have those up for auction also. So I think that's pretty cool. So I mean, I've got 5 pretty good names, I think, that we'll be putting up for charity, that people can bid on. And I think that I would say those are 5 very unique items that we will be putting up for charity during the event at Huntington's, with 100%, of course, going to charity. It's going to cost me a little bit of money, but I don't care. I'm hoping they sign the charity ones for free. Scott actually knows Zachary pretty well, and he's gonna message Zachary and tell him I'm coming, and hopefully he will do that for me for free. And if Lex Luthor had been there, probably would have got all Smallville to do it for free, because he knows Lex pretty good, but he doesn't know Tom Welling, and he doesn't know Erica. I see that OBS is disconnecting again. All right, we're starting to go back and forth with OBS. If it continues doing that, I am going to reboot. So that was just one time. If that starts happening again, if OBS starts disconnecting again, internet starts disconnecting again, I will reboot the computer. Just be warned. I hope I don't have to, but I will if I have to. Last time it was during the auction, which that kind of sucked. So anyway, Smallville was something that I watched with my wife, and back then we were getting it through. I guess it was Netflix then too, but it was the old Netflix where you had to buy a package. And your package allowed you so many discs in a period, and you would get, so we'd order like 3 discs, 3 CDs, and we would get the Smallville, and then we would watch it, and then you had to send it back, and they would send you a new one. So we watched it the old way, using DVDs, way back a few years ago, and then of course Netflix started streaming and everything changed. But that time, when we watched it, it was before streaming, but we watched, I don't know how long it took us, but we watched all 10 seasons. And 10 seasons isn't like today. You watch a season a day, it's 8 to 10 episodes, generally. And back then it was 20 episodes, so you got, a season lasted longer. Now the seasons are very short. They do 8, I think sometimes maybe 12, but for the most part, it's 8 to 10. 8 to 10, sometimes 12 episodes. I mean, good God, man, you go way back now. You go back to before my time, well, kind of before my time, because I would watch the reruns. Beverly Hillbillies, Bonanza. Those guys, they were making 26 minimum episodes a year. And I think even more than that. I think they would have like 40 episodes. So like if you go back and you try to watch those shows, you might only have, that show may have only stayed on the air for 3 years, but you've got 150 episodes to watch, potentially, on a show that was ran for 3 years. They pumped the episodes out a lot faster, and I guess the actors almost lived in the studios back then. So world's changed quite a bit. Getting a small birthday cake for your brother, yeah, on the 14th, you should. So anyway, that's a lot of news that I've shared. Guess we talked about Venom. We played our release day the other day. I won the release day. I pulled a chase. What was I playing with? guess that was a chase Spider-Man. So I had to chase Spider-Man, which was really cool. And my opponent, the other chase that was in there was a chase Thanos, which chase Thanos is hard to deal with. He also got lucky that he pulled a the little thing that Thanos makes. He pulled one of those, so he was able to use that to produce it and bring it into the game, and it was kind of a handy thing. But I did beat the chase Thanos. It was tough. Thanos does a lot of poison damage. I made him come to me. I was attacking him, and I was attacking the little guy and hitting them a little bit. And he eventually had to go and base me. My whole team was a Spider-Man team. We were playing on elevation, so I was able to use wall crawler and hop away from him and hop back into him and do all kinds of little things like that. I had the Spider-Man, I think he's a common, yeah, Spider-Man common, that if you roll willpower, you can change his clicks. And so he hit him, and he knocked him off the ledge. And then the next turn, I rolled for willpower and got it. And I was able to flip him to that click that I wanted to be on. And that click, and then I could use wall crawler, and I jump right back up there. And on that click, you have flurry and battle fury, which got around shape change for Thanos, and he does 4 damage at that time. So I just kept wailing away. I was taking some poison damage, and I was taking a few hits there, but he never killed anything on my team. But he damaged a few things, but I did it. I was able to get enough attacks in there. The game could have been very different. He did not roll a lot of shape change rolls. If he rolls a lot of shape change, also he misses impervious rolls. Thanos has a lot of outs. Impervious, and he starts off with invincible with a high defense, so you have to hit that. I had prob, thank goodness. Of course, he had prob too. It's just whittling him away. When you get him to about mid-dial, he becomes a lot easier. But until then, it's tough. And I also had the anti-venom. The anti-venom was able to jump in there and attack, and that helped on shape change rolls because you get a -1 on any single die roll. So he had to roll a 6 to roll for shape change anytime he attacked. So he got in there and got a few good punches in. Anyway, it was a tough game, but I out-actioned him, and he didn't roll enough shape change and impervious and some other stuff, and he never really got a hard hit on anything. Most of the damage that he was producing was from poison. The one hard hit that he got was the Spider-Man that he knocked off the ledge, who came back in his face and ended up really pounding him pretty good and doing a lot of damage. I think that this set is really good. I'm enjoying playing with it. I don't think that it's. Everybody I think was tired of Strange Tales. I also am of the opinion. A lot of people were complaining about the booster that's got 3 objects in it, and I've put a little bit of thought into that and how we would deal with that at the Rock Cup, and I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. First of all, you get to mulligan anyway, so if you're playing in the sealed event, you can mulligan. In the Battle Royal, I don't think it really makes any difference because you get to pass that around anyway. So if you pick a figure, it's good. You should only at most end up with like 1 object. I mean, because everybody would be able to get an object, and the objects are actually pretty good. So I don't know that that really hurts anybody. I think that that's going to be just fine. I don't think we have a problem. At first, I was thinking that we did. I don't know why Champion Clicks decided to do $40 Battle Royals and do 4 boosters or do a brick or boosters or whatever they did it, how they did it. I don't really understand the thought process there. I don't know if they did it because they were worried about everybody getting enough product I don't know. I just don't like it. I just think that's. I feel like I'm in tune with HeroClix players, and I think that that's asking people to pay $40 for a battle royal. I think is pushing it. I think that that limits. I think. But look at it this way: would you rather play 2 battle royals at $20 each, or would you want to play 1 battle royal at $40? If you got a budget, let's say your budget was to spend X number of dollars that day, would you rather, if you had, and so you got $40 in your hand, do you want to play 2 battle royals with the $40, or do you want to play 1 big battle royal with the $40? I'm going to opt myself to play 2 battle royals. That's my thoughts. So I think that some players have a lot of money, and some players, just like every other game, some players are mid, and then some players are just have just enough, and they have to budget accordingly. And I like to appeal to all of those people. I like people that's on a budget that they can play on a budget, and we have events designed so it doesn't. Yeah, I agree with you. I just, even if my money wasn't tight, I'd still rather play 2. If I had $1 billion, I'd really rather. I don't really want to play the $40 one. I'd really rather play the $20 one. I just think that it's. I just don't. The $40 battle royal is not appealing to me. I don't get it. I don't know why they did that, and I don't know what the feedback would be from everybody that played it. But that's not something I'm planning on doing. Certainly, if people were to suddenly start complaining about $20 battle royals and they want to play $40 battle royals, I would consider it. But I just don't think that that's an issue. I guess in a roundabout way, it sells out faster. But I'm not interested in selling out that fast. I'm going from Wednesday to Sunday, and I want to have enough product for it to last all the way through. And so I just don't think that. I think it's fine just the way that it is. So again, I think the Venom set is fun. I think it's got good stuff in it. I think it's the funnest set that we played in a while. I think that the last most fun set. Actually, I had a lot of fun with Smash and Destroy, honestly, but I think Lantern was a little bit better than Smash and Destroy, but I did like Smash and Destroy, playing battle royals and stuff with it. But I do think that Lantern X97 was good too, though. I didn't really like Strange Tales. Spider-Verse to me was not a very good battle royal set. There was too much super senses and shape change. And there is, and I'm saying that, and there is that in this too, but I don't think it's as much as it was in Spider-Verse. We have this set lacks a lot of outwit. So if you get an outwit piece, there is some. It's just not plentiful. But an outwit piece is certainly important in this set. It could possibly, there's a few characters that gain it after they take damage, some of the Spider-Mans and stuff. But for the most part, an opening dial, there's not a whole lot of outwit, just so you know. I like some of the stuff, the re-rolling of the die, and the movement of wall crawler. I like some of that stuff. We're getting close. It's 7:57, so we got 3 minutes until it's time for the auction. What else do we need to talk about, guys? Anything? You guys got any questions? I think that next week, which would be on eBay, Battle Fury is, in this particular set, Battle Fury is very good because you get around shape change. I think there's more. Super senses and shape change is pretty crazy in this set. It was in Spider-Verse too, because it's not just super senses, it's super senses. So you got to get on a 4 through 6, if they already got super senses, it's pretty tough. Outwit just kills that right off the bat. And if you got somebody that's got super senses and has shape change, it's tough. But there are figures in this set that can get around it even without wit, because there's figures that can like anti-venom gets around. It's really good. Sometimes it's weak. I mean, we've already got all the events on there. It's just a matter of putting the pricing and then the prices on there, I think, is the next thing, which I went over with at the beginning of the stream. So right now, I just got off the phone before I came here with Scott Porter, and I was going over pricing. I had some questions, and I've got it all in a spreadsheet, and I just got to move everything around. It's very extreme. Extremes. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for. It's a very big project to take all the pricing and spread them all out wherever you want to make it balanced. But I've done it many years, and I've got everything on the spreadsheet now. Now it's just a matter of allocating all the product per the events, which I'm at that point right now, and I'm planning on being done with Saturday. So anyway, there's also a couple holes that I think we got to fill. There's one thing Scott's wanting to, we have a couple places where we want to talk to whiz kids about, hey, can you do this or can you do that? But not much. I'm pretty satisfied with what I'm looking at, and I'm pretty satisfied that we're going to be able to I'm happy with the pricing that I'm looking at. I guess that's the best way to say it. I'm hoping it goes up in price, Chad. I don't want it to go down. I want it to go up. So the vents are already there. The vents on HC units is also on the site. All the events are on the rock site. The only thing that, not the rock site, but the H4H site. I don't know what you've been looking at, but we got that already. The events are there. The only thing that you cannot see at the moment is what's in the auction, what the cost of the events are, and what the pricing of the events are, which is what I'm doing right now. And again, my day is, tomorrow afternoon is pretty dedicated to that. I've got something else to do in the morning. I don't know how they came up with the $90. I've not set the prices yet. And I'm not saying that they're wrong on that, but there should be no prices set on HC units yet. There should be nothing there, because they don't know. I haven't, $90 is probably right, but they don't know. I'm the one that sets the prices. And that's what I'm working on right now. I can't set the prices until I allocate all the pricing, because I pay for some of the pricing and got to make sure that it balances out. You told me that, Nicole, 3 or 4 times, and I told you 3 or 4 times that that's not an acceptable answer. Yeah, I've read about I know you've got some problems, but I don't care. You have to be there. We have hospitals and doctors and all that stuff here. If something goes wrong, you need to be here. I want you here. If you refuse to come, if you're not going to come, then I'm going to put you to work. I'm going to say I'm paying you to work, and you have to come. You've got enough money. We don't have $40 battle royals. You're good. Let's see here. The auction's still going, but it's getting close. Got just a few boosters, I think, that are left. Maybe. Oh yeah, we got 1 booster. They're still bidding on booster number 20. They're fighting over the last booster. Should be done any second. While they're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and get prepared. All right, so we have an ongoing bounty from last week, the last half. I'm going to go ahead and add more pricing in. I got Titanium Man from Invincible Iron Man. Super rare. I've got a What If Scarlet Centurion. No, I don't. That's a mixed match. Forget I said that. That card doesn't match the figure. I got a Dreadpool Prime from Deadpool in the X-Force way back in the day. I've got a Troya LE. Okay, the auction did just then. I have a Nimrod the Greater from X of Swords. I've got a Marquis Thor. And we'll leave the rest of them here for the next one. And let's go ahead and get this going. I've got a legacy card I'm adding in. Oh, we gotta get rid of somebody. Hold on. And goodbye. They do that every week, man. They come in here and they try to throw something in. All right, so I got a legacy card I'm adding in. So we'll do that. They didn't leave a lot of good places to write on this one where I can write, so I'm having to write on his eye because it's white. Just usually I'm always looking on the box, and there's usually a really good space to write stuff on. And that's the only place I can figure that's good for him is his eyes. I guess I could there's a little bit on his chest, but I don't think there's as much space. Here we go, guys. Let's write these down. Dennis is here. Hey, Dennis. Y'all go ahead and pick a figure. Need a super rare. What is today, the 10th? The 10th. Agony. We got one nomination for Agony. What else, guys? Is somebody going to nominate second Agony, or you got something else? All right, we got a Iron Man. Nicole is saying Iron Man. Somebody, Poison Doom. We got a Poison Doom pick. I need a second on something. Agony. Agony it is. If Nicole is right, you guys are going to be in agony. What did I do here? 4, 7, 410. That's 11. And then 410. 12. Good luck, everybody. Let's do this. Number 1. We have Spider-Man common. We have a Clintar symbiote common. We have a Venom common. We have a symbiote surface. And then we have that figure I was just talking about that's really good. Well, no. This is the Prime. This is the Agent Anti-Venom Prime. So congrats, somebody got the Prime right off the bat. This guy is actually better than the one I was playing with. But we got an Agent Anti-Venom Prime. And then we got Sewer Retreat One Shot. So we're starting off with the Prime today. Number 2. Number 2, we have a Malekith, super rare. First super rare of the day. Black Widow, common. Jeff, the Land Shark, common. Zombiote, common. Venomized Jeff, the Land Shark, uncommon. That's booster number 2. Booster number 3. Sorry guys, I'm looking for, oh there it is. I was looking for my phone. I'm gonna text my daughter in a minute. I'm supposed to go by and pick up food. I gotta let her know to put the order in. All right, booster number 3. Venom, common. Black Widow, common. Zombio, common. Kodak's, super rare. So that's 2 super rares. Manhole cover, and that's it for number 3. So we got 2 super rares right off the bat for brick number 1. Booster number 4. Oh, upside down. Booster number 4, we got Maniac, uncommon. We have our 3rd super rare. We have Lasher as our 3rd super rare. We have Spider-Man common. We have Private Detective common, and we have a Venom bot. Now, if the numbers are right, that should be our last super rare. Never know though. We should still have a chase in here somewhere. But we knocked those 3, nobody called out. So everybody was wrong on that one. On this first brick. If that's correct. Wow. Who's got number 5? Yeah, we're pulling them all early in this brick. Who's got number 5? Somebody gonna be happy. We got a Carnage, common. A Private Detective, common. We have a Lizard, uncommon. A Venom bot, common. And we have a Venom Chase. Congratulations. And whoever had number 5. Number 6. That should be all of our money pieces, but you never know. Never know. Let's see if we're accurate or not. Usually we don't pull them that fast, not all of them. All right, so you got Spider-Boy, rare. Vermin, common. Venom, common. Hive, common. And Eddie Brock, my brother, uncommon. And you got Double Trouble, which is exactly what you would have if I did have a brother. Number 7. Oh, there's a chance, just not in this one. We may have a scream in the second brick. And if that's what you want, you have to scream for it. Otherwise, it doesn't come. All right, we have a one-shot Maximum Carnage. Open this backwards. Here we go. We got a Phage, uncommon. Virus, rare. Sleeper, common. Spider-Man, common. Lasher, uncommon. Yeah, they do. Then we got a Venom number 8. Yeah, this brick is good. We got a Spider-Man 2, uncommon. A Mac Gargan, uncommon. Venom, common. Vermin, common. Maker, rare. I don't know how Maker really fits in this set. I mean, that's Reed Richards. I don't really know how he fits in this set. I don't know. It's the only one that I saw that's got the Fantastic Four keyword. And I mean, I know Spider-Man within Fantastic Four, but this is a Venom set. I don't know. I just don't. I looked at it another day, and I don't really know how he fits in here. All right, we got a Chasm uncommon. This is booster number 9. Chasm uncommon, Hive common, Symbiote Soldier common, Jeff the Land Shark common, and we have a Poison Spider-Man rare. Nope, not on top of my head, I don't. Hey Siri, text Houston.
What would you like to say to Houston?
Order food.
Sending. Order food.
All right, so we got a number 10. We got a Chasm again, uncommon. A Clintar Symbiote common. We got a Rex Strickland uncommon. And we got a Gwendom rare. And this, fellas, is why I say you never know what's going to show up. We have another chase. This is a 2 chase brick. And our other chase is Ignorak. Guess that's how, Ignorak. So we got another chase. And we got Separation, Anxiety, 1 shot. 2 chase brick. Not bad. You never know. Everybody was writing the brick off and said, oh, I'm not going to get anything. I got the late numbers. So whoever got number 10 got a chase also. Pretty cool. Here we go. Spider-Man, common. Sliver, uncommon. Sleeper, common. Gore the God Butcher, rare. Lizard, uncommon. And then we got Alien Hunger, 1 shot. All right, number 12, last booster in this brick. I think we're going to be looking in the next, I'm going to try to be pulling the next we're going to try to pull the bounty figure out of next brick. Carnage, common. Venom Axe. Symbiote Soldier, common. Symbiote Surface. And we got a Venom, common. And then we have an Alpha Magna Illuminizer, 1 shot. That's a mouthful. That really sounds like something that Marvin the Martian would say. I'm going to shoot you with my, Vemonizer or whatever, what the hell that was. Sounds like something he would have that, when he says his space ray gun or whatever, it sounds like something he would be saying. All right, so we're adding in more prizing for the next brick, legacy card. We got a Scarlet Centurion. Oh, that's what happened. Or no, that's the one I pulled out. Let me throw that back in there. Nope. We do not have a Scarlet Centurion. We got a Black Panther Prime. We have a Bishop from WKO. We have a Famine from X of Swords. Challenger from Black Panther and the Illuminati. We have a Steve Rogers, I think from Nick. Yep, Nick Furious. Then we have the Unspoken from Chaos Wars. And then we have, this is from AVX, Lee Kung the Thunderer. I think Lee Kung the Thunderer would be a good movie or a good show on Disney. I would like to see him. I'd like to see that show myself. All right, so we're opening up the next one. Still looking for agony. We've had agony for 2 weeks now. It's been so bad, just agony. All righty. Yeah, Jeremy, if there was a set that I would have thought you would have come and played our release or pre-release on, it would have been this set, Venom. Alrighty. Number 13. Good luck, everybody. Last brick of the night. Year and a half of gooing on two. Well, nobody was right. Nobody was right on that first brick. I mean, literally, the super rares we had, nobody chose. Nobody nominated those. All right, we got a Venomized Jeff the Land Shark uncommon, Zombie Oak common, Jeff the Land Shark common. We got a Pork Grind rare, and we got a Hive common, and we have a Hive Incursion one shot. $14. $14. Now I really like these, the lizard and vermin coming out of the manholes. I think those are pretty good sculpts. I don't know if I've done 2 of them like that, but anyways, I think they're pretty cool. All right, we got Venom common, we got a manhole cover, then we got a Black Widow common, Vermin common, Gwendom rare, and Into the Venomverse one shot. Number 13. That's just because we ain't been around. You ain't been around me. I think somebody may have picked this. Let me see if I remember right. I think that you guys might all be in agony right now because you didn't listen. Where did Nicole pick? Let's see. Yeah, you guys are all now in agony because you didn't listen to her. I'm gonna just start it off. Iron Man, super rare. Black Widow, common. Vermin, common. Matt Gargan, uncommon. Jeff the Land Shark, common. She had it. Yeah, this is 15. She had it. She called it. She's right 90% of the time. She calls it out. She's 90% of the time. What she calls out, it's there. It would be over if you would have picked the right one and listened to her. All right, this is number 16. Spider-Man common, Symbiote Soldier common, Symbiote Surface, Venom common, and we have our second super rare, and it is Poison Captain America. So we should only have one super rare left. Are y'all agonizing about it? Spider-Man Lego, while you're watching this. All right, What do we got in this one? Number 17. We got a Poison Spider-Man rare, Zombiote common, Venom common, Carnage common, Maniac uncommon, and a Ravencroft Institute one-shot. Number 17. Oh yeah, the damage that does, it's pretty crazy. The one with Blue Beetle, which is a figure that I play anyways pretty steadily. Blue Beetle Prime, playing that with the Venom Axe is pretty nasty. Spider-Man common, Sleeper common, Phage uncommon, Venomized Jeff the Land Shark, Venomized Miles Morales, and the Enemy Within one shot. That was booster number 18. Number 19. Well, you can attack with Blue Beetle, and you get, and it does damage to both the figures. If you get to pick two figures and does the same damage to both of them, and then you roll for your power to kill somebody, and it applies to the figure that usually that has to be 75 points or less. Let's use this for an example. Let's say that you're attacking a 300 point Thanos who has one of those little dudes beside him that he produced. I don't know what they're called, the little flower looking dudes. Okay, so Blue Beetle attacks the flower and hits. The damage goes to both the flower and to Thanos, but then you get to roll because you have that special power that he has. If you roll, the damage, I think it's a 1 through 2 or something like that, or 1 through 3, the damage is penetrating, and then on a 4, 5, or 6, or a 5 or 6, that figure is KO'd. That figure, usually that has to be a 75 point or less figure for it to apply, but because of the wording of the axe, it now then applies to the 300 point figure, and you can choose which figure you want to remove. So if that happens, you can remove the 300 point Thanos from the game, and you actually would kill both of them and the game would be over. All right, so back to number 19. We got Chasm uncommon, Symbiote Soldier common, Carnage common, Riot rare, Eddie Brock uncommon, Lethal Protector one shot. Number 21. We skipped 20, did we? This is 21. Somehow they got out of order. 18. Yeah, 19. So I'm going to go back to 20. This is 21. We are doing 21 right now because I've already opened it. But then I'm going to go back to 20, and then we'll go back to 22. I don't know how I did that. I think I just grabbed it from the middle instead of the end, which I don't think I've ever done, but I did just then. All right, so we got a Spider-Man common. We got another Spider-Man common, both commons, 013 and 005. We got a Venombot common. We got an all-blood Necrospear. And then we got a Maniac uncommon. And then we got a Concealed Costume one shot. So that was 21. Okay. Now I'm going back to 20. And we got a Sliver uncommon, a Spider-Man common, a Clintar Symbiote common, a Private Detective common, and we have our third super rare. It is a Host Rider So, looks to me like y'all should have very much listened to Nicole. All right, number 22. We have Venom common, Hive common, Spider-Man uncommon, Gore the Butcher, the God Butcher rare, and we got an Eddie Brock common, and then we have a Life Foundation one shot. We still have the chase left. We have not pulled a chase. It's going to be in one of these two. We have not pulled a prime. We may or may not have a prime, but we certainly have a chase in one of these two, number 23 or number 24. Somebody should be getting excited. You got 23 or 24? Oh, okay. How about that? Number 23, Electra rare, Lasher uncommon, Sleeper common, Lizard uncommon, Private Detective common, Zombie Infection one shot. So whoever's got number 24, unless there's a mistake that was made in some shape, form, or fashion. We did have two chases in the last one. Hopefully one of those chases didn't break in it, didn't come into here, but this is supposed to be number 20. This is, yep, you won. This is supposed to be the chase. It's supposed to be, and this was the last booster that everybody was battling over, I think. I guess they knew something. Ooh-wee. It's a good one. It's a good one. Probably the second best one. I think it's the best looking one, but it's definitely the second best one, the second most expensive in the set. I've got a Spider-Man common, a Vendombot common, Rex Strickland uncommon, Clintar symbiote common, and the chase is Carnage, God of Symbiotes. So the number one is Null. Null is the only one that's bringing over $200 right now. All right, guys, that is it. I've got to leave and go pick up some food because I'm hungry and my daughter's hungry. We got to feed her. Thanks, everybody, for bidding. We'll get your stuff out. And again, next week, I'll be looking for information for me coming. I might send a notification through Auxxit also. Tell them to go to eBay or whatnot, but probably eBay. Be looking for stuff on Facebook with me giving you links and stuff and giving you more details. Everybody have a good night.